Are you curious about thread basting your EPP? Well, keep watching because in this video, you're going to learn the tack stitch. Hello and welcome to the MakerJayne channel where I share all things English paper piecing, from tips and tutorials to projects and more. So if you love EPP like I do, please consider subscribing. In this video, we're going to be exploring thread basting, and I'll be showing you the tack stitch using the EPP shape known as the honeycomb. You can use the tack stitch for any EPP shape, but it's best for shapes that have side lengths of 1 inch or shorter. If you'd like to make your own honeycomb templates from home, be sure to check out the link in the description to my Blossom EPP membership. When you become a member of Blossom, you will never have to buy templates again because you've got all the templates you could ever need inside of the membership. We're going to move over to the work table, and first we're going to cover the materials that you need for thread basting, and then we're going to dive into the actual technique. So I'll meet you over at the work table. So the first thing that we need when it comes to thread basting our English paper piecing is, of course, our paper templates. Once you've got your paper templates, the next thing you're going to need, of course, is your fabric. Whatever fabric you want to use for your project, that's what you're going to need. The next material or tool or supply you're going to need is your thread. Once you've got your thread, you're going to, of course, need a needle to stitch your thread basting stitches. The next item you will need are some scissors to cut your threads, and if you're also cutting your fabrics at the same time, then you're going to want scissors that can do both. And the final item is an optional item. This really is just kind of an aid to help hold the fabric in place while you're thread basting. So you could either use pins for this, or you could use a glue stick. If you prefer to use pins and you just don't want to buy glue and you don't want to deal with glue, that's totally fine. You don't have to. You can use, I would recommend little applique pins because they're nice and short and yet they're very strong. And it just kind of holds that fabric in place while you're doing your thread basting, and then you just remove the pin once you've finished thread basting. Okay, so now that we've talked about the materials that we need for thread basting, let's go ahead and dive into the actual technique. The stitch I want to show you today is called the tack stitch. This is the only stitch that you need to thread baste shapes that have sides that are 1 inch in length or shorter. The tack stitch is used for basting the corners of a shape where one fabric seam allowance meets the other fabric seam allowance. So this tack stitch is not going to pass through the template at all. We're only going to be stitching through the fabric with the tack stitch. First, you want to go ahead and place your paper template onto the wrong side of your fabric, and you want to center it on the fabric so that you have an even amount of extra fabric around your template. The next step is you're going to go ahead and fold one fabric edge over the back of the template. Then you're going to fold the next fabric edge over the template and you're going to finger press it down. And now you're going to pass your needle from one fabric edge to the other, making sure that you are only stitching through the fabric. Then you're going to take another stitch in the exact same way in the same place. Basically, that is the extent of the tack stitch. It's super simple and it's pretty quick. So you'll repeat the same process all the way around the template, securing the fabric edges at each corner of whatever shape you're working with. And as you go around, you'll want to pull snugly as you go. You don't want to pull too snug, but you do want to see it kind of bunch up. You want your fabric edges to really fold up around and behind your fabric template. And you want that fabric template, you want that paper template to be nice and snug inside of your fabric. But you don't want to pull so tightly that you're causing your template to bow or bend. You want to make sure that your template stays flat and your fabric stays flat, but you do want your seam allowances to be nice and snug against the back of your template. And when you get back to where you started, you're going to finish by securing your thread. You'll just take another tack stitch in the same spot, and then you will put your thread underneath the seam allowance before you cut your thread. That way your thread kind of stays out of your way when you go to piece. The long stitches that naturally form between each of your tack stitches are what will hold your seam allowance fabric down to the template securely. Now, the great thing that I love about the tack stitch is that you do not have to remove your stitches. This is a perfect example of where you would want to use a thread that matches your fabric. I'm using a white thread because it's going to blend in with that light or white fabric. If I had grabbed a black thread or even a red thread and I don't remove those stitches, which I don't have to because it's a tack stitch, then I risk that dark color showing through on the front of my work. Picking a matching thread when you do the tack stitch is a great idea. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about anything that was covered, let me know in the comments. You can also tell me in the comments, are you a thread baster? And if so, which thread basting stitch do you like to use? If you'd like to get the templates that you saw me working with in today's video and a whole library of other English paper piecing templates, be sure to join the Blossom, my EPP membership. Not only do you gain access to an entire library of EPP templates that allows you to create your own templates from home, but you also get access to monthly workshops, monthly guides and resources, as well as our amazing community in Blossom, where you can make new friends that also English paper piece. You can participate in challenges and win prizes. I wouldn't want you to miss out on all the fun. Thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, keep on stitching.